For better or worse, electric cars are all the rage. So this is going to fit right in. Don't go away. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fat Guy Productions. I am Paul, coming to you as always from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. And indeed, electric cars are the big thing. Even Dodge, who I never thought would make an electric car, is making an electric car. Albeit the Dodge way, but they are doing it. So I thought if Dodge can do it, I certainly can do it. Let's get to work. The large charge. What can I say about it other than the fact that for some reason I've been wanting to do this for a while now. There's nothing really super special about the casting, but it just caught my eye, and maybe it's because of all of the push across the world with everybody talking about electric cars or something. And maybe I saw the irony in Mattel making the large charge an electric car. That in a casting that was released through 75, 76, and 77. So, yeah, maybe I just saw that irony, and that's why I wanted to make this car. Now, we're going to call what we're going to do today a Resto-Mod, because it's going to kind of look like a restoration with a little bit of my own twist involved in it. So, let's go ahead and get to work. As always, we have to go ahead and drill off the heads of the posts so we can get this casting apart. And this base is a little bit unusual in that it's got the interior molded into the metal base. And you don't see that too often. This casting has that. A little bit of an interesting feature. So with a little help from a screwdriver, I can get it apart, and there you can see the seats and stuff from the interior that I was talking about. And otherwise, the base is in pretty good shape. The wheels got to go. The axles are fine. The glass here, it's not terrible. We're going to have to work with it because I don't have another piece. But you can see the body is garbage, and frankly, they picked the ugliest green in the world. And so that's why I'm going to call this a Resto-Mod, because I'm going to keep it green, but I'm going to do it my way. So I'm going to use my Vix Bits to clean up the ends of the post. And if you're not using Vix Bits to take your cards apart and clean up the ends of your post, you are missing out. I can't tell you. These, not only do they do a great job getting the cards apart, but for prepping the ends of the post, they clean the end and dimple the end all in one simple pass and make them ready for drilling. Fantastic. Now, if you want a set of Vix Bits like I have, you can get them at my Amazon shop by going to www.amazon.com/shop/Paul Udelis and look under my Diecast settings there, and you'll be able to find the Vix Bits that I use. And I promise you, you'll thank me. Yeah, so as a casting, this car really it doesn't do a lot for me, and yet for some reason it was just something that I wanted to do. Maybe it was the cool decals, or maybe it was, like I said, that thought of a battery powered car from the 70s, being restored here today. So I don't know, but anyhow, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and keep pushing forward. We've got the posts drilled out. We'll go ahead and tap those so they'll take a screw so that we can put this car back together when we're done, and then we'll go ahead and carry on. Yes, I'm still stuck with this crap warm liquid goo. not the good, thinner, jelly-like stuff. This is kind of thick and pasty and creamy. It looks like an orange creamsicle or something like that. And I'm not a fan, and I'm very sad. But anyhow, let's all enjoy the goo drop together, no matter what. Now, you know that I can make my own decals, but why when they're already made and readily available and affordable? So I ordered decals from Second Chance Redlines, but I don't have a glass, and I don't even know if somebody makes a glass for it. Fortunately for me, this glass is in okay shape. It's bad enough that it needs to be sanded, but it's good enough that it can be saved. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to sand this thing down using some sandpaper and some sanding sponges until I get all the deep grooves and scuffs and stuff out of the glass. Then I'll polish it. Then I'll hit it up with gauzy. So with sanding done, like I said, I'll polish it. And for that, I'm going to turn to Flitz, the one-stop shop for all your polishing needs. This stuff is fantastic. Look, okay, I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. You take Flitz and you polish up some metal with it, and you're going to get fantastic results really, really easy. Now, could you match that with another product? You probably could match up the finish, the end results, but I can tell you it's going to take a lot more work. Flitz gets you to a fantastic shiny finish with very little effort. Not only that, it doesn't just work on the metal, it works fantastic on all your glass pieces in your Hot Wheels restorations. All you do is just a little on the Q-tip, smear it on, rub it in, burnish it down, then buff it out really nice. And, honestly, at that point, you probably don't even need to use gauzy. I use gauzy to take it another step, but Flitz does such a good job, you really don't even need to do that if you don't want to. So after all the polishing with the Flitz on a Q-tip, I'm just going to buff it all out on a microfiber towel, and it's going to shine like a new penny. It's going to be beautiful. And now, to wrap this whole glass piece up, it's going to go for a swim in the gauzy, 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 and then I'll put it in the onion saver to dry. So for the base, to get rid of some of this tarnish, what else but Flitz? I'm going to use the Flitz calcium rust and lime, spritz it down, cover it, let it sit for just a few minutes, and then I'll go ahead and wash it off, brush it down with a brass bristle brush, and then finally I will polish it with a little bit of Flitz. So once I get the base nice and shiny, I'll go ahead and lock it all in with a little bit of Renaissance wax. The Renaissance wax is going to keep it from tarnishing and keep it looking good for a long time to come. And my new favorite thing in all of Hot Wheels restoration, the hot swap hubs from Bright Vision. This car is going to get brand new red lines courtesy of the hot swap hubs. I just cut away everything except the original axles, press on the new hubs, stick on the wheels, and we're good to go. So with the body out of the stripper, I can get a good look at it and see what I'm up against. I'll wash off all the excess stripper, dry it up, and I love to hit every casting I do with the brass bristle brush just to kind of really give me a true look at what's underneath. And once I'm done, then I can make a decision. Now, I already went into this with a plan for my paint job, so there's not a lot to think about. I just need to see if there's any maybe filler work or body work I need to do first. We'll get into the paint part a little bit here, but right now I'm just going to clean everything up, make sure there's no deep gouges or scratches or anything that I have to tend to. Otherwise, we'll just go ahead and move on. So this casting is getting an opaque paint job, so I was able to prime it using the Magnifying primer. Once that's dry, I'm going to put this gold on from Createx, and that's going to give me a really cool base for the true color that I'm going for. So this is a gold metallic, and I'm going to just spray this all over the casting, and the goal here is to have it seen but not seen. I want it to come out underneath the color that I've chosen to use here. Now I'm using a little bit of Candy 2.0 from Createx. I'm using their Poison Green here. Now, I've had trouble with this color before because it's a really, really thin color. But now that I know about it, I know how to work with it. Basically, you have to lay it down really lightly. And it is a very light, very transparent color. Thus, the gold base layer. Okay? I'm going for a very special looking green that has just a little bit of flare when you catch it correctly in the light, instead of that just yuck green that Hot Wheels had thrown on it. Of course, all the Candy 2.0 paints get mixed with their balancing clear, and once that's done, we can go ahead and start laying it down. But like I said, you really need a light hand here, because if you don't, this stuff will run and pool, okay? So, you really, really need a soft, gentle touch here, okay? Lots of layers, very light. Just lay it on. You're not looking for a deep green. If you want that, go with a different color. I want just this greenish, goldish color. And, I'll put about 5 or 6 coats on until I'm happy with it. Once I'm there, then I'll stop. Next up is the water slide decals that we got from Second Chance Redlines. Now, I mentioned this once before. The Createx Candy 2.0s, they can kind of run and bleed a little bit with the decal softening agents and stuff. So you really have no option here. You need to put down a base clear coat before you put the decals down. So I'll do that. Then I'll just go ahead and apply all the decals and let them dry. So with the clear coat dry, I can go ahead and put this thing together and finally get a chance to see what it looks like. The glass goes in, the base goes on, and boom, we are done. Oh, there it is, my large charge. And sometimes these cars that you don't really expect to be that much fun, they're the funnest. I had a great time with this car. I love the way it came out. I think my green kills it, okay? And the decals by Second Chance are amazing, and just it all worked out really, really great. And I love the casting. and I hope you loved it too. If you did, please give this video a giant thumbs up, click subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss one of my diecast videos. As always, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below because I do love to hear from you guys. Seriously, it's the highlight of my day. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I hope you have an amazing day. And until next time, this is Paul from Fat Guy Productions saying, be good.